Good morning, everybody. It's Capricares, and I need to ask one question. Are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth? I'll ask it again. Are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth? Last time, are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth? Hey, y'all, it's Capri Cares. Know that I care. And guess what? Care that I know. I cannot wait to share with y'all today. We are going to have a marvelous, marvelous show. I'm excited, even in the midst of what has happened with my technological devices. We're still going to win. So, again, are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth?
Good morning, it's Capri Cares. Know that I care that I know. This is our daily motivation and inspiration for our mental health ministry here at the Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church. It's Capri Cares. Know that I care and care that I know.
Good morning, people. Good morning. Listen here. I want to know, and I need you to answer that question. Are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth? You need to answer that question. You and I, ma'am and sir, boy and girl, need to answer that question. But before we get into the marvelous show that I love doing for me and for you and for me, because I'm a proponent of mental health. I want to put this out there. We have some wonderful conferences coming up tonight. Everybody put in the chat tonight. Let me find it. Disrupted Global Leadership Conference, The Power of Mentorship. Speaker Dr. Tavara Johnson. You can register. You can register today at www.itee. I'm going to have to put that out. Leadership Conference. So we have a leadership conference today. And Tavara, I will put this up, and I will come back on other social media platforms and talk about your conference. Listen, folks, are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth? You have to discover that. You have to have that discussion with yourself, because I've learned through living and making mistakes and having faults and having failures and being fickle and being a finite creature that sometimes I allow my thoughts to increase my worry and not my worth. So, with that being said, I gotta ask this question. You already know. Uh, boom. Am I dedicated to removing distractions and mental clutter so that I can concentrate with clarity on the real issue? You got two questions. Are your thoughts, what are they increasing, worry or worth? And then, are you dedicated? I need you to answer those questions. Tell me, come on, y'all. Answer those questions today. I need you to answer those questions. What distractions keep you so distracted that because of that distraction, it increases your worry and not worth? Yes. Good morning, Renetta. Good morning, the great Alabama fan. Renetta, we're going to pause and say for Tennessee and Alabama, we're not getting into playoffs, so that's okay. We can let somebody else have it this year. And Renetta will have us a talk show on Friday. But anyway, good morning, Renetta. All right. Are you dedicated to removing distractions and mental clutter so that you can concentrate with clarity on real issues? Are you? Are your thoughts increasing your worry, or are your thoughts increasing your worth? You got to know that, y'all. Got to know that. Got to know that. Got to know that. I'm about to pull up the PowerPoint, and we about to rock and roll. Yes. Yes. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Renata. Good morning. Good morning. Boom. Blind Bartimaeus. Blind Bartimaeus, y'all. We're not through with him. He's not through with us. Blind Bartimaeus. Let's talk about blind Bartimaeus and Bartimaeus being blind and how Bartimaeus' blindness can help us overcome some of the mental clutter that we have. Yes, blind Bartimaeus. Y'all, we want to be able to walk through this passage and then I'm going to shift and get out of here. But make sure you answer those two questions first. Your mental clutter and are my thoughts increasing my worry or my worth? Today, I want you to spend time focusing on thoughts that increase your worth. Thoughts that increase your worth. Good morning to everyone. Who else has popped on? Shirley Moore said, controlling my thoughts must be intentional. You are so right, Shirley. You are so right. Boom. Let us go here. Blind Bartimaeus. Yes. Blind Bartimaeus. Here's what I love about it, Shirley, Lanika, Renetta, whoever else is on. Blind Bartimaeus had to think of a thought that increased his worth because it was not interference, it was intervention. Number one, Shirley, he was able to trust the voice when there was not physical vision. Come on, Nakia Clemens, let's just shout right there. Blind Bartimaeus was able to trust the voice when there was no physical vision. Let me make the screen big. He was able to trust the voice of people that placed him in a broken place because God used sometimes the people who keeps you in your brokenness, and he will use those people to he will allow those same people to bring you to your blessing. And Bartimaeus, Shannon, going back here, let's pull it back up. Bartimaeus was able to trust the voice when there was not physical vision. Are you at that place in your life, ma'am and sir? Are you at that place in your life where you can trust the voice, where you're able to trust the voice when there's no physical vision? And that, listen, most of us who have embraced the call of God on our life had to trust the voice because we couldn't see ourselves being or becoming what God made us be and become. So, Lanika, Shannon, Renetta, are you trusting the voice? Are you trusting the voice when there's not vision? Shirley Moore, I love that. I love that. I love that. I'll come back to you, Lanika. Trust the voice when he did not have. That's right. Lanika says this, commanding my day helps my mind be positive and not start off negative. You have to meet your mind. Good morning, Shannon. Come on, Nakia. You have to trust the voice when there's no vision. Number two, he had to move on instinct and instructions. Come on, somebody. I feel like a little preachery today. I feel like a little preachery today. I apologize. Let me do it this way. He had to move on instinct and instruction. And there comes a season in your life, Shannon, where you have to rely on your instinct. It's just instinctive. In order for me to protect me, I gotta go off my instinct, my mother with my intuition. This thing is driving me towards healing and wholeness. And he had to move off instinct. Okay, I heard the voice. I heard them say, see, here's what I be missing, Nikki. Jesus told them and they told him. So I'm under the impression that he heard the conversation that Jesus had with them and then they had with him. And that was instinctively. Jesus has seen me, he knows me, and guess what? He's going to use people to help me get out of my bondage and get to my breakthrough. Yes. He had to move on instinct. Just get up. You can't see. You cannot see, but you can hear. Let me. You cannot see, but you can hear. And there comes a point in our life, if we're going to allow God to do what God does in our life, I got to move off instinct. It's got to be instinctive. He had to move off instinct. Yes, and then thirdly, Nakia. And I know this is very hard for some of us, but he had to stand before Jesus with his condition. If God is going to make some interventions in your life, you're going to have to stand before him with your condition. And your condition is nothing to celebrate. And people don't celebrate you because of your true you and your condition. But you got to stand before Jesus with your condition. You know what, y'all? To keep me from shouting, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there, Nakia. Woo! Yes, Nakia Clemens, all was not lost. And in your situation, all is not lost. But I'm gonna stop there, y'all. I just feel happy today. Woo! Shirley Moore says the fragrance of Jesus, maybe the sweet aroma of Jesus' presence, made him know who he was. He is the rose of Sharon. He is the lily of the valley. Now let me pause. Let's do some teaching. You know, Jericho means fragrance and smell, Shirley. So I guess you're doing your homework, which is awesome. Jericho means fragrance. Jericho means smell. With the sense that was not working, heightened the sense that was working. He could smell Jesus. Yes. The aroma was attractive. He was a sweet smelling savior, one of the translations says. Yes, Paul got in that prison experience, which leads us into Sunday school, and it was a sweet smelling aroma. So, yes, thank you, Shirley. Listen, let me go back. Y'all done messed me up this morning. He was able to trust the voice when there was not a physical vision. He had to move on instinct and instructions. Jesus says, come. He had to stand before Jesus with his condition. I'm not maximizing his condition, but I will say this. He was called by God before he was changed by God. It's Capricares. Know that I care. And guess what, y'all? Care that I know.